As we work our way through December, the radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
65.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
We go! 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Charlie.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Taylor to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Go! Let's go now. 60 or.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
80 weapon. Smooth. Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Alex Anzalone just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Here's Barber. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Here we go. 70. Indy. Protein spill. Hey, Foxtrot. 2.
On 3rd and goal, Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what you got. Hey, exit. Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Ford. Powell on the catch. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Taylor will throw. The completion to Riddick. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Taylor. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. James Washington, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is the running back, Powell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We got 3.
To throw on 3rd down. Ford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. A gain there of 21 yards. Ito Smith, his first carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Taylor. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And complete to Zach Ertz.
Ready. Topper!
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy, hard.
On 2nd down, it's Powell. Always got some breathing room. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He completes it to Tate. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Back to throw. Ford. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. D. Ford has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Ford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd down, Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. A 1st down carry for Smith. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Play action, it's Taylor. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And that is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And that will force a turnover on downs. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run with Powell. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Powell. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Taylor. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Forced out to his left. Taylor hit. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now Taylor, he may try and run for this. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Taylor. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now it's Taylor. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
61. Ready?
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 51. Hey, Zoo. Get it.
They go play action with Taylor. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Powell. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Roll out.
On 1st down, Powell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Airing it out, looking for Rip. Touchdown, Packers! Calvin Ridley, his fourth touchdown on the year. Now the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go again with Powell. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be Packer football. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
It's our time.
Hey, Charlie. Snap.
To throw again, Taylor. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that'll make it 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. He may try and run for this. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over.
Ready.
Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. 2nd and 1. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Throwing on first down. Ford. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter.
Bravo.
2nd and 5. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So still backed up, but the situation not as done. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Taylor, flush to his right. And he finds Montgomery complete. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Following the penalty, Montgomery trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Hey, wahoo!
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made, it's Harmon. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Ford. Powell on the catch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Here we go. 90, Wolf. Take 3. 218, chop.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Powell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Back to throw. Completes it to Powell. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Taylor. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Ready?
Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on, boy.
Go.
Throwing now is Taylor. And that'll be Incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go, go. Ready?
Here's Taylor. Got an open man. It's Harmon.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it was a win they needed to